Hey, it's Tony talking car biz. Hey, today we've got a brand new 2022 Toyota 4Runner TRD Sport. Silver metallic's the color on this one, and the TRD Sport is a new trim for 2022. So in this video I'm going to dive in, we'll walk around and check it out, see what's what. Let's get started up front on the Sport Edition. So right away, the first thing I want to point out is the painted front grille. So the grille is going to be painted colored to match, not a lot of chrome up front on the Sport. Similar to what we see on the Limited, but without the extra chrome accents that you see on the Limited. So maybe a little less flashy. You do get a chrome Toyota badge with the chrome Toyota wings coming out the sides. But other than that, not much chrome on this unit. Down here is our dynamic radar cruise control sensors, and then up in the windshield we have some additional sensors for our lane departure, pre-collision, pedestrian detection, that type of stuff. Now the Sport does feature the hood scoop for 2022, and so that's one of the things that really makes it stand out. Also has the X-Rays suspension system and a wheel and tire package we'll dig in just a second. More designed for handling on-road than off-road. Now this one does have the technology package on it, which includes the panoramic view, and there's one of those cameras right there. But also notice the grills are the matte black finish on both grills up front. We do have a steel skid plate up front on the TRD Sport, so not the big TRD red skid plate, but more than ample for most people who are going to be driving this vehicle. Again, this is not ideal for rough off-road driving, but it'd do nice for a deer hunting unit. Headlights up front, daytime driving lights, LED lights are all LEDs, daytime running lights, so all LED lighting up front. Here's your fog light on the lower bumper with that surrounded by that high impact ABS plastic. And then your trim down here is colored to match. We're on a Limited that's going to be chrome, so definitely a difference in the style there. The wheels on here are the wheels that are shared with the Limited Edition. So these are going to be a 20-inch cast aluminum wheel, gray painted with the silver accents, and then they do have a 245/60 R20 series tire, so a lower profile tire, better handling at high speeds than you get on an off-road tire. Also, you should get a little bit more longevity out of there. Four-wheel disc brakes, anti-lock brakes, and traction control are standard on here. And then notice your over-the-wheel flares. Those are painted colored to match on the Sport Edition. Outside mirrors painted colored to match. LED turn signals with the chrome bezels on here as well. These are folding mirrors, and they're also breakaway, also heated. And then this one has, as I said, the technology package, so you have blind spot monitoring and some additional cameras down underneath. Works with your 360 view. There is some confusion about that panoramic view and whether it's part of the technology package or not. So this one does have both, and they're only charging you for one of the two. So don't know if that's true for all of them, but this one does have the technology package, $1,300. Now the running boards on here, these are an extra charge. Add a little bit more chrome on there. Those are $599 and does not come standard, something that was added to this particular unit. So just keep that in mind. Outside door handles are painted colored to match. Privacy glass on the back doors and all back windows. And then TRD Sport does have the TRD Sport badging. Silver, kind of a subdued silver. Kind of have to look for it, a little understated. I like it. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Up top we have a matte black finish on your cargo rack. We have a color to match shark fin antenna. Color to match rear spoiler, all silver in the case of this unit. Crystal clear rear lenses on your tail lights. This one does have the blacked out exhaust tip. That's an extra charge feature. That's going to run you $100. I think it's worth it. It adds to the style of it, complements the black trailer towing package, which is standard. So here's your towing hitch, receiver if you will. Full-size spare tire up underneath there. You might want to get some protection to protect that. Maybe a spare lock and then your trailer towing wire right there, 4 and 7 pin trailer towing. Now I did do an under the carriage video on this one. Don't know if you can see the suspension up under there, but you'll see the red shocks, part of the X-Rays system. Chrome badging on the Toyota 4Runner and the Toyota badge. Backup camera right here. As I mentioned, privacy glass on the back windows. Rear window defrost. Rear wiper is tucked up underneath, kind of concealed underneath here. There's your third brake light. This back window is power operated, so you can slide it all the way down. I'll show you that when we get inside. And then you've got a power door lock right here for your tailgate. Your tailgate is not power operated. It's manual. I'm just going to pop it open here. Show you how big that opening is. We'll go ahead and dive into the trunk here in just a couple minutes. Let's go ahead and before we do that, let's head up front, pop the hood, take a look at the engine. Not much has changed there, but if you've never shopped for a 4Runner, you might find it helpful to take a look at the engine. Let's do that. So under the hood on the 4Runner, just one engine available, same engine they've had for many years, and this is a really tried and true, rock solid power train on here. Stands to reason, as solid as this thing has been, that they haven't changed it for a long time, but it is a really great engine. So it's a 4-liter 6-cylinder engine, produces 270 horsepower, 278 foot-pounds of torque. It's connected to an electronically controlled 5-speed automatic transmission, and this thing, like I said, is bulletproof. Has a 5-year 60,000 mile powertrain warranty on here. We do get combined fuel economy is going to be 17 miles per gallon, so it's not going to amaze you with its fuel economy, but the quality second to none. Now of course this does have the part-time 4-wheel drive with the active track system on here as well. We also have a 3-year 36,000 mile limited warranty, which covers really the rest of the vehicle outside the powertrain. The 4-wheel drive system's covered by the powertrain warranty. No deductibles on either one of those. And then all Toyotas do come with Toyota Care, so that's going to cover your basic maintenance. So your oil changes, your fluid top-offs, anything that Toyota is recommending for the first 2 years, they're going to cover at no charge to you, and that includes your tire rotations. So the Toyota Care package will save you hundreds of dollars, probably $300, maybe $400 over the first 2 years of ownership and maintenance. You put the gas in, you pay for the insurance, you make your monthly payment. Toyota Care takes care of the maintenance for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Okay, diving into the driver's side, we'll stop quickly on the door. So the interior of the Sport is all black and gray, and it uses Softech fabric. So padded armrest with Softech fabric. You'll also see this gray contrast stitching, and then we'll see some of this gunmetal gray trim here as well. Auto up and down on all 4 windows, power door locks, a chrome door handle on the inside, little storage cubby here, bottle holders, book magazine holders or pockets, and speakers down on the doors as well. Take a look on the driver's seat. So the Sport does come with a power driver's seat with power recliner, power lumbar support. Does not come with heated seats. These are going to be the Softech fabric seat. They're a black Softech fabric, and then they have kind of a gray contrast stitching. Side airbag right here. Height adjustable headrest and seat belts, and then you'll see the TRD embroidered headrest on both front seats, but nothing on the back seats. So embroidered TRD front seat headrest only. Over on the instrument or dashboard here, a couple different controls I want to point out. Power mirror controls, dimmer switch for your dash lights, automatic high beams on and off right there, 360 view, 400 watt inverter is right here, and electronic front window de-icer switch as well. Your steering wheel is going to be a tilt and a telescoping steering wheel, so it goes up and down and in and out. Let's go ahead and jump inside and check it out. Behind the wheel on the Sport Edition, this is a leather wrap steering wheel. It's perforated, very comfortable, a little bit thicker than the average steering wheel. It is not a heated steering wheel. Left-hand side sound system controls for your Bluetooth connectivity and your smartphone. driver's side airbag. Right hand side, we've got controls for the information center, which is up in the gauge cluster, kind of a trip computer system. Dynamic radar cruise control, lane departure on and off, and then our standard cruise control is down here. Washer wiper controls, front and rear, are on this side, and then over on this side is where we find our headlight controls, as well as our fog light on and off as well. Then our gauge cluster, take a quick look at that. It's kind of a gray and black style gauge cluster, and I'll start it up so you can see what it looks like when you wake it up in the morning. So a little bit of an animation there, and then your center stack logs in, and you've got to tap continue to move forward on that. No navigation on this particular unit. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. This one does have the premium audio system. Forgive me for saying that. So this one does have the dynamic navigation system. That is an extra charge, just under $1,600. Take a look at our gauge cluster. Again, kind of a gunmetal gray bezel around both of the cluster or gauge setups. White on black with these really cool red backlit needles. I think those are pretty awesome. Tach and temperature, or engine temperature here, then fuel and speedometer over on that side, and then right here is where we find our information center. So we've got our outside temperature using the controls right here on the steering wheel, these ones right here. You can toggle through and adjust and make some different settings for compass, sound system, and then if you get to the very end, this is where we do our lane departure assist, pre-collision, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross traffic alert. Again, this one has the technology package, so you get the blind spot monitoring and the rear cross traffic alert. I want to take a quick look over at the center stack. Clock up here, lots of clocks in this thing, there's like 3 of them. Clock up here, vents up here. This does have the premium audio system, so you've got, it's not the JBL, it's an 8-speaker sound system. It's got the dynamic navigation, also Amazon, Alexa, and Apple CarPlay, all features on this. Sirius satellite radio. You get 3 months of the premium, and you have remote connect, and you also have Wi-Fi connect as well for trial periods on the Wi-Fi connect. As far as your heating and air conditioning system, it's not automatic temperature control. It's kind of the old school style with the knobs and the dials. Front or rear window defrost control is right here, and that also heats up those outside mirrors. So we do have heated rear view mirrors. Push button start, part of the smart keyless entry system. And then way down on the bottom here, this is your standard setup. So you have a standard USB here, but this one has the upgraded rapid charge system. So 2.4 amp USBs. That's $129 extra, and you can get it put on at the dealership. This one happens to have it from the factory. Here's your part-time 4-wheel drive selector. Your shifter on the Sport is kind of it's a leather wrap, and it does have TRD in the middle, but no red on the TRD Sport, only on the TRD Pro. 5-speed automatic transmission with the gated setup, and you can also, if you want, manually shift through the gears. When I move it into reverse, you're going to discover that we've got our panoramic view up here as well, so you can see all the way around the vehicle. And again, that's part of the technology package. It is an extra charge, about $1,300. There's a cup holder down here, kind of an odds and ends tray as well. Another one here. I've got my smartphone there, and then we've got a cup holder. No heated seats, but if you wanted to add them, you could put the switches right in there. This switch right here is the rear window for the up and down on the rear window. So that rear window back here, that's what that switch controls, and it's an auto up and an automatic down. I think that's a great feature. Passenger assist grips up front, lighted vanity mirrors, visor extensions, automatic dimming rear view mirror. We also have overhead sunglass holder right there. We also have traction control on and off, active track, downhill assist controls, safety connect, so if you need help out on the road, that's for getting roadside assistance, garage door openers, kind of your home link setup, and then some overhead lighting as well. So a nice complement of extras up here on the roof line, especially that safety connect. You're going to love that if you have any issues out on the road. They will not rescue you if you get buried in the mud off-road, so just keep that in mind. Here's a look at the passenger seat, passenger compartment. The doors are laid out just like they are on the driver's door with that gunmetal gray trim, and then a metallic finish up here. And then we do have a locking glove box, key lock, and there's your owner's manuals. So a lot of great features up front. One last thing I did want to cover, and that's going to be the armrest. So big enough for 2 arms. There's that gray contrast stitching. I think this is Soft-Tech fabric. It might be vinyl, but it's not leather for sure. Underneath, place to put your tissues, ink pens, nice deep storage well here, and then it does have a 12-volt outlet down underneath there as well, and a coin holder right here. So a nice big armrest. It does not lock, but you can get a console safe put in there, and they can do that at the dealership. So they bolt it right to the floor, and now if you're practicing concealed carry or you want to put your pocketbook in there, you can lock it up, and it's got a combination or a key. But that's a really great option, something you might want to consider adding to your 4Runner. So let's go ahead and quickly just jump in the back seat and see what we can find in there. Here's a view of the front seat from the back seat. And one of the things I always point out on the 4Runner is the back seat is higher than the front seat. So it's kind of stadium style seating. It really makes looking out the front window much easier when you're up a little bit higher. Plus your legs are more parallel like mine, so it's much more comfortable. Did want to point out also the leg room. I've got this seat about halfway back, so you can clearly move it all the way back with a 6-footer plus and still have plenty of room. They're kind of carved out to make for that extra knee room, but it's really, really nice. There's pockets on both of back seats, and these pockets are kind of a net style pocket. We've got vents in the back seats, USB charging ports down there, 2.1 amp. There's 2 of them down there. And then as far as passenger assist grips, laundry hooks, dry cleaning hooks, side curtain airbags, standard. These back seats are pretty cool. They're 40, 20, 40 where I'm sitting, and so you can fold them down individually. So if you wanted just to fold this down, because maybe you've got snow skis and you got 4 people or your golf clubs or what have you, you can just drop down this center piece right here all by itself and run your skis up through the middle, and you're good to go. There's also child safety seat anchors as well. And then if I bring this back up, there's a folding armrest with cup holders. So I really think that's great to have that 40, 20, 40. And then these seats can all fold down. So if I tug up on this back seat, like so, notice I don't have to get out of the vehicle to do it. I've got a place here if I want to put a cooler or something. That'd be a really great thing to do there, or a toolbox. But then I can also just reach over here and hit this button, and now just without even getting out of the vehicle, I can go ahead and drop that seat down. Got a lot of storage, and I'm still able to seat one person on this side behind the driver. So some really great versatility on the seats in the 4Runner. Let's go ahead and we'll jump in the back in the trunk and check that out. Heading into the trunk on the 4Runner, a couple things I want to point out. First of all, this huge step bumper here, and it's got a plastic protector on there as well. Great step-up bumper, great place to sit down, change out your hiking boots. A lot of SUVs have no place to sit down on the tailgate, but this does a nice job of that. Now this one has a couple different floor mat packages. First of all, the 4Runner Sport, TRD Sport, does come with these floor mats here. These are your carpeted floor mats, so that's included. And then this one we added the all-weather floor liners, so there's rubber floor mats in here, and then this really high quality rubber cargo cover or floor mat back here as well. So really a must-have in Wisconsin. There's tie-down hooks in the corners of all 4 corners, a little storage cubby. You can get a cargo net. It's not standard, but you put it in there and it's retractable. Take a look at our okay, sorry about that, my camera got a little wonky on me, but let's pick up where we left off. So we do have the 40 20 40 fold down seats. So I've got 60% of it folded down there, but you can fold those down individually and it gives you a tremendous amount of space leading up from the back, including the amount of headroom you have in this back. So the 4Runner with the seats down, a lot of nice storage and cargo room. Over here is where our 120 volt 400 watt inverter is, and then our 12 volts over here. Storage compartment on this side here, storage compartment there. Does come standard with the Toyota first aid kit, so that's kind of cool. Owner's portfolio, more storage here. Really has a lot of great storage options in the back and a lot of cargo room. The other thing is, and I really like this about the 4Runner, speakers in the tailgate right here, and then there's another one over here, and also individual cargo lights as well. So that makes this an awesome tailgate vehicle with the speakers up on the tailgate and the extra lighting. I love that about the 4Runner, especially if you're a Packer fan and you want to do some tailgating. This is going to be awesome for that. Okay, so that's the 2022 Toyota 4Runner TRD Sport. It's an all new trim. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got some value out of it. Hey, if you did, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Also, feel free to subscribe and share the video, of course. All the things we YouTubers like you to do. After all, we did it for free for you. So if you could go ahead and throw us a bone, that'd be great. This is Tony talking car biz. Thanks for watching.